You Hey chat. Yesterday, we took a look at a Xanderhal clip and responded to his take on that. That was about bottom surgery and like whether or not people should have access to it based on having dysphoria or not. There's been some more discourse, so we're just gonna take a little overview of the situation. Just do a little vibe check. You know, we'll give our thoughts on this. All right, so we took a look. Zan quote tweeted Naomi Chance, and we can take a look at the original tweet, even though we saw it yesterday, because it's so short, just so we know the context. So let's do that.
This. The real issue I take with Keffels and what she said here, her actual misstep here, is throwing in, like, equating trans and transitioning in a certain way. Tons of people who are trans don't go for irreversible surgeries. That is why people say you don't need dysphoria to be trans. However, the people disagreeing with her that you shouldn't need proven dysphoria to get bottom surgery are fucking insane. You are begging for a fucking torrent of detransitioners, okay?
Hey, Karasu. Okay, so the argument here is that basically people who don't have dysphoria shouldn't be getting bottom surgery, or we shouldn't allow that to happen. That's a society in which we have that is a bad society, is what I'm reading from that. Naomi Chance took issue with that, and then Zan quote tweeted her and said, "Realizing fast, a ton of you either don't know or don't care that dysphoria can and has existed for some people who regretfully ended up getting bottom surgery when it was unneeded. The guidelines are not too strict. Access to trans-affirming care is too sparse." All the rats come out of the woodwork every time they think the landscape is antagonistic enough around me to start rumors that they think will go unchecked. First of all, before I continue, that's a poor choice in wording right there. I don't think that's like a sign of like some hidden bigotry or like a mask off moment. I think Zan's just really careless about his words. I'm trying to be charitable. She also cuts me off right as I start talking about how there isn't enough access to trans care facilities in the US, and some states have none. What a piece of shit, Lamau. Okay, well, I don't want to be a piece of shit, so we can take a look at like a little bit more of the video. So let's do that.
No, I'm not arguing against dysphoria. Keffels replies, "No, you can't actually. No doctor who is credentialed will operate on you without several letters confirming gender dysphoria." And then Keffels replies to, "It shouldn't have to be that way, but it is how it is in our society. I think it should. I think without medical justification for a surgery as intense and irreversible as sexual reassignment surgery, there needs to be medical justification backed by studies and decades of medical literature. If you take dysphoria away as the precursor, conservatives will immediately argue it's just body modification and at best remove any and all coverage and at worst ban it. Tons of people got mad about this. I imagine some of you in chat are mad about this. The real issue I take with Keffels and what she said here, her actual misstep here, is throwing in, like, equating trans and transitioning in a certain way. Tons of people who are trans don't go for irreversible surgeries. That is why people say you don't need dysphoria to be trans. However, the people disagreeing with her that you shouldn't need proven dysphoria to get bottom surgery are fucking insane. You are begging for a fucking torrent of detransitioners, okay? What she said here is not wrong. It's just a little out of touch and disconnected with current times. The reality of it is, I think Keffels words it better than I really can, because there is a really significant generational disconnect between young and older trans people. We had this whole conversation years ago with ContraPoints getting canceled every time she dared to make a video. So I think it's time that we go through all of it all the fuck over again with a whole new batch of Zoomer lefties that don't know that there's a pretty substantial generational gap in this space. Out of touch, no shit. I'll seriously stay silent. I'll just stop making remarks. Stay silent and just let's hear out what Keffels has to say about it.
Calling this a slur is incredibly over.
Oh, wait, this is the wrong thing. Oh yeah, by the way, that is literally part of the drama.
Okay, so the problem here is that he says she cuts him off right as he starts talking about how there isn't enough access to trans care facilities. Maybe that happens a bit later. I wouldn't call that cutting off, though. Like, can check again. Maybe I missed it. Hold on. Oh, we just lost our place. Chat, no. How could you? Hold on, we'll get it. Okay, there we go. Maybe we missed it. I want to be fair.
No, I'm not arguing against dysphoria. Keffels replies to, it shouldn't have to be. If you take dysphoria away as the precursor, conservatives will immediately argue it's just body modification and at best remove any and all coverage and at worst ban it. Tons of people got mad about this. I imagine some of you in chat. I take with Keffels and what she said here, her actual misstep and transitioning in a certain way. Tons of people who are trans don't go for irreversible trans. However, the people disagreeing with her that you shouldn't need proven dysphoria to get bottom surgery are fucking insane. You are begging for a fucking torrent of detransitioners, okay? What she said here is not wrong. It's just a little out of touch and disconnected with current times. The reality of it is, I think Keffels words it better than I really can, because there is a really significant generational disconnect between young and older trans people.
Okay, no, he just goes right to the Keffels video. So yeah, he doesn't talk about that. For Naomi to not have quote-unquote cut him off here, she would have had to take two different parts of the video and edit them together, which I'm pretty sure would have, like editing a clip like that you're using critically usually gets called clip chimping. So I think Naomi might have been accused of being bad faith in either case here. I don't think that's very fair to say she cut him off. Maybe he does say that somewhere else in the stream, but I think the take that he gave stands on its own. especially since he's not backing down from it. Let's just see what like other people have said in response, because we just want to get like a little vibe check here. I'm just really confused on what someone with no dysphoria trying to get bottom surgery even looks like. This kid was how we know pretty much 100% no dysphoria is real, valid, and anyone can get it in the right circumstances. Thankfully, our current medical guidelines are pretty good. I don't think genuine detransitioners are bad people we should disregard. Well, I agree with that. That on its own is fine. Yeah, this is that person who got bottom surgery or had like corrective surgery when they were born. And it caused them lifelong depression, resulting in their suicide. Oh, Winnipeg. Huh. Yeah, I don't think that's... I'm pretty sure Ellen here was asking, like, who is going out there without dysphoria seeking bottom surgery? So that doesn't really apply to that question, but it's not wrong. Oh yeah, I've heard about this. My question was about whether there's a bunch of non-dysphoric people trying to get bottom surgery, and if so, why? Same reasons as prior to modern medical advances in the field. Lack of access to the right resources. A lot of actual non-dysphoric detransitioners are old as fuck because they grew up in a time where being gay, trans, bi was a no tutorial process. Most detransitioners that are young are still trans, but don't have the money, support, or access to move forward. Older detransitioners that detransitioned like 30 years ago, I think, are genuine because they weren't evaluated by our modern medical standards initially. Okay, so I think what Zen is arguing here is that if we didn't have any kind of screening process, then we would go back to having genuine detransitioners, people who get surgery and don't want it. And they say they need to look more into it. So we could keep going, but I think we got like the gist of it here. My main question is, if Zen thinks like the current way that it's done, the guidelines are fine, and that the problem is just lack of access, then the question becomes, does this apply to cis people getting like plastic surgery or something? Because we can look at like regret rates for other things like breast reduction, or no, breast implants we wanted to look for. So 27% experienced mild regret, 19.5% moderate to strong regret. That's pretty high. We could look at like regret rate, penis enlargement. Is that a thing? Between 90 and 95. It's a much more positive result. What about knee replacement? Dissatisfactory rate of 6 to 30%. Okay. Okay, how about bottom surgery? That's 1%. Well, let's take a look at that. What time period is that taking from? Because Zan's saying that it used to be different. Maybe we can like find the study. I probably should have looked that up beforehand. Where's the link? How old is this data, I wonder? Well, we're going back to the 90s. Okay, so at least the 90s. No, we got 80s here. Prevalence of regret rate is 1%. Yeah, less than 1%. Well, it doesn't seem like there's a huge torrent of detransitioners. Oh, Karasu says, but he also had it as a child against their own will, no? He had the case of a butchered operation. I feel like there is a conflicting problem here about societal and medical transitioning. And yes, plastic surgeries often have higher regret rates. Yeah. Yeah, they seem to have way higher regret rates, like immensely. And that's going all the way back to the 80s at least, in terms of comparing to trans surgeries. So the claim that because the medical standards were worse then, we had far more genuine detransitioners seems to just rely on intuition on Xander Hall's part. I don't know if he has some data to back up that claim or if he's just kind of, you know, shooting from the hip. So that kind of seems like that's what he's doing there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's got like some crazy sources in his pocket. I guess we'll see. So which is it then? Should dysphoria be a crucial requirement for bottom surgery, or did cis people who had dysphoria ended up receiving unneeded bottom surgery? The cis people had dysphoria after receiving bottom surgery, not before. Our guidelines for evaluating dysphoria prior to the 90s wasn't as great as today. That's probably true, but we don't have any, or at least I haven't seen any data that suggests that it's like a huge problem in terms of detransitioners. Who are those cis people you're talking about? Probably the cis people who regretted getting bottom surgery or detransitioned, which is an even rarer group than the trans people. And even then, it depends on the reason for regret. Yeah, that's true. Genuine question. Do you believe there should be more gatekeeping for cis people seeking surgeries? It's a weird double standard that cis people can get, say, a breast augmentation without any mental health screening, while trans people need 2+ distinct psychiatric letters. Well, another thing about breast implants we can look at is not just regret, but breast implant suicide rate. And that produces a 2 to 3 times increased suicide risk among women that undergo cosmetic breast augmentation, according to the National Library of Medicine. So if we were to say that Zan is making a good take here, we could extend his logic to cis people and say that we should be restricting access to surgery for everyone broadly to the extent that we do for trans people. Because if he doesn't believe that, then he's holding a double standard, as Naomi mentions. Different Naomi, no relation. Yeah. And that's about it. Now, Zan talks about another thing in this video that I wanted to look at. And it's something we covered a few streams ago. So let's do that.
We had this whole conversation years ago with ContraPoints getting canceled every time she dared to make a video. So I think it's time that we go through all of it all the fuck over again with a whole new batch of Zoomer lefties that don't know that there's a pretty substantial generational gap in this space. Out of touch, no shit. I'll seriously stay silent. I'll just stop making remarks. Stay silent and just let's hear out what Keffels has to say about it.
Calling this a slur is incredibly over.
Oh, wait, this is the wrong thing. Oh yeah, by the way, that is literally part of the drama. Now we're talking about another thing, the they fab discourse. I have blocked and unfollowed numerous people on Twitter for going after Keffels for this, because if you're mad at her for this, then you're just gonna
Why?
jump down anyone's throat for anything. They fab and they mab are words that refer to trans non-binary people who were like, if you're they fab, you're trans non-binary, and you were
Okay, wait, we're getting a definition. Let's Google it. We did this already on another stream, but just for the sake of being thorough. Etymology: blend of they plus AFAB assigned female at birth. LGBT slang: derogatory, a non-binary person who is assigned female at birth, often one that does not change their physical appearance. Coordinate term: theymab. Slang: derogatory, a non-binary person who is assigned male at birth, often one that does not change their physical appearance. Okay, so those are both terms that exist. Let's check out. We got Urban Dictionary here, and we can look at this in a second, but let's just continue with what Zan was saying the definition was. Let's test them against each other.
Like, if you're they fab, you're trans non-binary, and you were assigned female at birth. And if you're they mab, you're trans non-binary, and you were assigned male at birth.
Yes.
People are saying this is a slur. It's a straight up misgender.
Is it misgendering to go to a non-binary person who goes by they, them, and call them a male or a female? There's actually like some contention around that, as far as I understand. There is a general progressive trend that says that is misgendering and that is transphobic, unless there's like a particular medical context where it's relevant. If you're just speaking in everyday language, there's no reason to go up to a person and refer to their sex when you're using like a term to describe them to their face. But not everybody believes that.
No, it is not.
Okay.
How is trans woman misgendering then?
Well, trans woman. Well, hold on. We're talking about a non-binary they, them. Why would you call them a trans woman in that case? Maybe you misspoke.
How? It's neither a slur or misgendering. Nor was it ever invented to be a slur.
We'll look at that in a second.
That Karl Marx guy who victim blamed me for my getting financially abused by my ex, that Keffels debated, that started this whole they fab discourse.
I'm not going to comment on
the
that.
Second part of this whole drama. That person literally lied about the origin of the term. It does not come from 4chan.
Where does it come from? Are we going to get that?
I don't care if it's been used as an insult towards you.
I don't think he
Saying
says.
that its usage period is tantamount to a slur is downright deranged and terminally online. You do not get to decide that a new slur has been invented.
Who doesn't get to decide? Who decides?
And it is so impossible to prove even an origin rooted in it being used as a slur.
Impossible.
Not to mention, I'm going to be very honest here, there is nothing transphobic about non-discriminatory labels. And that is what they fab and they mab are. There's nothing about they.
What do you mean that's what they are? Like textually, like just the terms in a vacuum, because that's not how we decide whether something is a slur or not. That's not how that works. I'll let him finish before I continue, but it's a weird thing to say.
Fab or they mab, that is harmful. The words themselves do not indicate any offensive term. They is a pronoun.
Okay, yeah, so he's just talking about, like, literally the etymology.
Based, it's literally there. Fab allows you to, like, clarify whether or not you present more femininely.
Yes, in context, but no, not in the literal text. It's female at birth. That's all. Like, textually, that's what it means. If you're adding the way that it's applied, then you have to actually look at the way that it's used, which we will do in a second.
Mab lets you, like, add whether or not you present more masculinely. I guarantee you this terminology will be reclaimed and used as an identity label.
I mean, people reclaim the F slur and use it as a label. That doesn't, as an identity label, that doesn't mean that it isn't a slur in some context or that it wasn't a slur. Also, for something to be reclaimed, it has to be a slur. So he's kind of contradicting himself here. I guess that's a low blow. Maybe he's just misspeaking.
10 years. Clip it. Regardless.
Yes, clip it. Do it.
It is insane to me how much people are willing to jump down someone's throat over someone's usage of the word. And their defense of that is, why are you so desperate to defend your use of the word? Because if you want me to not say a word, there needs to be a damn good reason why I shouldn't say it. There are a whole lot of words I will never say because there's damn good reasons why I shouldn't say it. They fab and they...
Yeah, I don't really care if he wants to say it or not. Like, he can say whatever he wants. I'm not gonna go on the, oh, why are you using it bent. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just kind of interested in the facts right now. So he's saying that it's not an insult, it's not transphobic, it's not derogatory. Well, first of all you have to do is Google it. We just did this. It is derogatory. And he's saying that it's just referring to people's... It's just purely descriptive. It's just referring to their sex and their pronouns. The reason that argument doesn't hold up is because that's not how we decide what a slur is. The word she-male is just she, a pronoun, and male, your gender. It's like etymologically, it's the same as they fab. There's no like difference in the text there. The thing that makes it a slur is how it's used. That's what's important here, which he's kind of glossing over because it's not very convenient to his argument. So we can look at other ways that it's used. Theyfab, a term to mock AFAB non-binary people, simply a trender. A term that is mostly used by trans meds and true scums. Well, Keffels contested that during that debate. We saw that a couple streams ago. Which means a non-dysphoric woman LARPing is non-binary. The term is a combination of the pronoun they and the term AFAB. Oh, no problem, puppy. And is commonly used to make fun of and mock trans women who identify as NB without changing their female appearance, and call out anyone who doesn't use their pronouns. Non-dysphoric person LARPing is non-binary that's transphobic and semi-often even homophobic, that has inserted themselves into the LGBT community, which they neither appreciate nor understand, that is AFAB. Derogatory term for a woman who identifies as non-binary. Combination of the pronouns they, them, and the term AFAB assigned female at birth. a term that is used to mock girls who identify as non-binary without changing their gender presentation at all. They tend to be incredibly vocal about how they are LGBT and consider anyone who doesn't use they, them a transphobe. Sus. Sus entry here. Even if they are obviously a female. These are the types to say, I'm bisexuality, but I only date men. Okay, so this right here is like a submission by a transmed. Or someone who is like extremely NB-phobic. Keffels was saying nobody uses the term this way, but here is a person using the term that way. Zan's also saying that the term is not problematic or transphobic. This is transphobic. I'm sorry. This is transphobic. Another thing that Keffels mentioned was that the term was around since like 2012 or 2011 or something. She said she's been using it since then, but we can do something. We can go back in time and we can actually look from the 90s all the way to December 2021. And look, there's nothing here. No one's using it on Reddit. And we can remove the Reddit here and just see like who's using it generally in that time period. That's almost nothing. Before 2001, this term did not exist online. Maybe it was just in Keffel's personal niche circles. Or maybe she's lying. So we can look after 2001. That's a thing we can do. So it looks like there's a lot more stuff on Reddit after 2001. And we'll look through that in a second, but there's just another interesting thing here. And there's a link in the description for this, by the way. Keffels also mentioned that there was scholarly articles using the term they fab in order to defend it, saying, oh, this isn't transphobic, or this isn't an insult or a slur. It's not used by transmedicalists. It's even in academic articles. Well, guess what I did? I searched academic articles online, and I found one. It was used one time in the last infinite amount of time, at least for what's available online. This is from 2022. It's a doctoral thesis, authentic self-incongruent acoustics, a corpus-based psychophonetic analysis of non-binary speech. And if we search for the term they fab in here, we get something very interesting. Transmedicalist definitions tend to exclude some or all non-binary identities, and proponents of the transmedicalist definition often characterize non-binary identities as invalid, using insulting terms like they fab, a play on assigned female at birth, or transtrender. It's also a slur. So that's very interesting. It seems like all of the sources, everywhere we look, it's transphobic. And that's what matters, how it's used, how people are perceiving the term. Like, that's how words work. It's not just the etymology. We're not Reddit conservatives here. Come on. But speaking of Reddit, we can take a look at a few of these as well, just to see how people are using it. And I'm not going to be discriminatory. We'll just look through the first page here. And we looked at this one last time I covered this, but I'll just quickly go over this one. I learned the term they fab and have been in mental turmoil since. Hail, I've been going through a bit of a crisis with this recently and don't really know how to parse these feelings, so I appreciate any advice you may have. So obviously I'm non-binary and I'm AFAB as well. I've always had a bit more masculine presence and I love that about myself. But the way I dress and express myself has always been more feminine, mainly because I detached gender from my dresses and skirts and thought of them as androgynous gowns. Think like a sheet ghost. But as I got older, I realized I loved appearing feminine in the way a man would appear feminine, if that makes sense. Girly in a masculine way, like the lead singer in a black metal band who paints his nails and has long hair. So I grew up my hair, wore my band's tees and skirts, because that's what made me feel best. That was until someone I followed made some jokes about they fabs. non-binary people who, to outsiders, appear as cis women. The discussion was about how those guys have it easier because they don't look visibly trans. The OP was a trans woman, and I respect her perspective, and I find it important. But while I feel guilty about it, I won't lie. It hurt to realize that such a term existed. Not that I don't agree that I have such privilege, because I do. It's just that I suppose it made me realize that to others I just look like a girl, and it hurts me to be aware of that. Ever since then, I haven't been wearing dresses or anything. I shaved my head again a few weeks ago and look a lot more traditionally butch now, which I really like. I still get called ma'am and miss at work. I just wish I looked more masculine. So masculine I wouldn't get called ma'am in a dress. Have you ever had similar experiences before? How do you deal with these feelings? Okay, so we're going to look at a few more. And then we can check other sites besides Reddit too. It's they fab femb is not NB enough. Self-hatred hours. It's me the reason people think NBs are just shiny versions of regular women. I'm AFAB, I like pink makeup, dresses, long hair, literally. Nothing about me is non-cis in any way. I don't even want to change my body, so it's not like I'm dysphoric. I even primarily like men, so I'm not fucking cishet, it makes me gag. Why am I even here? Why do I want to be queer so fucking bad when it's clearly not even a little bit? Or I'm clearly not even a little bit. This just looks like somebody who's... I'm not sure what this person is going through here. Aside from extreme, like, self-hatred and dysphoria, but yeah. What is a theyfab? I've been browsing 4chan for some time due to the toxic positivity on mainstream subs, so I can get a small taste of some toxic negativity. And I found a lot of posts that are mocking what they call theyfabs. What does it mean? As I understand it, it's to signify the person is non-binary but AFAB'd, used in a pretty derogatory way to say, you're non-binary but everyone sees you as a woman. So yeah, like, everyone seems to, or a lot of people seem to use it that way. I'm sure there are contexts where it's fine, like self-referentially or something, but that doesn't seem to be the majority of cases from what we can see here. Theyfab privilege. They're even more annoying than regular women. Yeah, this is literally a transmedicalist / like transphobe subreddit. Why do a lot of trans people get upset about theyfabs? Isn't it transphobic to refer to an NB person by their assigned sex? It's gatekeeping and bullshit. Trans is short for transgender, not transition. People are their gender, period. It has nothing to do with whether they take any steps to physically transitioning. Transgender means one's gender does not match their physical sex. Yeah, I mean, it's just... the term itself is, like, leaning on bioessentialist, at least by implication. Because it's taking somebody's sex and fetishizing it to the point where it needs to be mentioned as an identifier in everyday conversation. Like, it would be like introducing your black friend as your black friend every time you introduced them. Calling someone theyfab, theymab without their consent, especially in a derogatory way, and that is how Keffels was defending it, by the way. She was defending using it as an insult. Is X or sexist? No ifs, ands, or buts. Just to admit you hate non-binary people and go. There is one more. When I was looking like in 2001 and back, we'll just Google it again. So let's look from 2000 to 2021. What is AFAB supposed to mean? Sounds weird. It's a term meant to mock AFAB non-binary people. They like the pronouns and fab from AFAB. I haven't seen it used much, but it's way more common than on other sites like Twitter. What really pissed me off is it's usually other LGBT people using it and will defend the use of it. It was back in 2020. Okay, so it's been around for about 4 years at least. We can't find much of it before that. I know several non-binary or AFAB non-binary people who, as soon as they came out as non-binary, immediately began dressing in ridiculous hyperfemme outfits they never would have worn before. A lot of people see this and say shit like they fab, or that they're non-binary for attention. After all, look how femme they are. But to me, this just makes perfect sense. When you are forced into the category of woman, against your will, femininity is a chore. It's a job that you have. As soon as you say, no, I'm not a woman, suddenly femininity isn't your job anymore. It's not a requirement. It's just a fun little hobby you get into, or a little treat sometimes. And we can look at some of the comments. There are a lot of comments of people just saying, yes, that is exactly how I feel. It's a costume to a lot of us. That's how it felt wearing dresses for me, like I was in drag. You've articulated what I've been trying to say for years. Glad other people get it. Someone said it. It feels like a fun costume, not a responsibility. Okay, so like that's just their... That's like part of their style. It's part of their identity that they're building. It's not them being secretly a woman, obviously. And the assumption that it is a person pretending to be trans or pretending to be non-binary for attention is transphobic. And that is the implication according to every definition that we can find when people use the term. So, I love you, Zan, but you're just... You know, you're wrong on this one. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's play some HEDON. We're looking for ores. Ores as in mining, and not as in boats. Oh, that's too loud. That's better. Oh, that just brings me right in a circle. Oops. Oh my god, I'm gonna die just from the lava. Wait, can I rocket jump up there? Nice. I really need help. Yep. Oh, it saved there? No way. So we're gonna rocket jump again. Oh, that sucks. Oh no. Oh, mithril ore, nice. We needed that. Oof, that was close. Thank God. What? Jerk. And I love the environments in this game. They're so cool. Ooh. You got a new gun. Poison gas. Scribe embers. I wonder if the gas hurts me. Wait, am I missing any ores on the wall? I don't want to have to backtrack. Yep. Oh, there's more down there. Truly, this is the Minecraft of Doom mods. Uh-oh. What? Yep, it hurts me. That answers that. Guess that's all that's up here. Oh, there's like a secret door there. Probably can't get it. Alright, whatever. Looks like I want to go this way. see what you're doing, game. Wait, was there another secret wall in there? Holy crap. Dude. Neat. I like that. Yo. We found the crafting room. I feel like I'm breaking the game right now. Can't even use it yet. And I guess nothing's really broken if I can't even touch it. Just a Dark Souls shortcut. Okay. So I want to take a right at the next fork. Yeah. Oh, shit's about to happen. Where do we get the Earth Key? That might be what we have to forge. But I don't know how to get the parts for the forge. We need mithril ore. We need 5 of it. How much is that? We got 4. Oh, it's so close. We're gonna have to backtrack. Nothing. Tayati is gone. Looks like you were too late and the portal has closed. A new message lies on the glass, written in strange, dark marks. Oddly enough, you can't read it, or you can read it. You will follow me. You will remember me. Oh, we got a key. That's where we get the Earth key. Holy crap. I've been running in circles. You notice a rolled up parchment right by the portal. Tayati's writing style is already familiar to you. The portal gate is fading out, so I really have to go. I'm not sure if you'll get here anytime soon, but if you read this, know that your only hope is to reach the crystal heart now lies inside the grove. The portal there should still be functional, since it has a stronger power source. However, I think you have also noticed that the park gate leading to it got sabotaged by the cultists back in the plaza. The main gear that was operating the gate mechanism was broken. You will have to search around for spare parts. Head to the workshop. There has to be some information about that kind of gear you need to replace. Or at least how to craft it. Take this key and a couple spare mags I had. You'll need them. Now we can open this door. And we were just here. So we need a power cord to turn on the forge there. It's a lot of iron. A2 type gears are the main component of any mechanical gate engines. Unlike other ones, however, they must be forged out of mithril to be able to last through extended use without being deformed or damaged. Crafting mithril gears requires the Great Forge. Firstly, drop 5 lumps of mithril ore into the forge's smelting machine to obtain an ingot. Secondly, you must place the corresponding mold under the forge cauldron and cast the gear. Last step involves hammering the crude gear on the forge's anvil to correct any imperfections. Once the final notch is hammered, allow the finished gear to cool down before using it. You notice a parchment with detailed diagrams next to the instructions. Neat. My dear Fixer, I hope you have well received this new box of potions. You must be allured by their scent and color, and so will our enemies be. Ah, the sweet smell of death. But I digress. We've come up with a new bottle design, so the potion launcher must be tested to shoot it accordingly. 1 week should be enough time for you to find any possible flaws. If not, then perhaps I can give you some incentive, and let you know that we're looking for goblins to test our other products on. Oh, and one final warning. Do not break the cans if there is any big fire nearby. The pink gas can be quite volatile. Such tragic outcomes. Now this is where we would have picked that gun up if I hadn't found it elsewhere. So we still need one more mithril ore. Well, back to the caves, I suppose. Yeah, we were just in there. Whoa. Well, I know I'm doing something right because monsters are spawning. We need to keep our eyes open. It's a good thing we cleared this out already. I wonder if there's anything back there. Nope. There is not. see anything here. We were just over there already. Oh. Yeah, we got it. Well, that was easy. Okay, what was the shortcut that we found? That was back this way, right? Yeah. I'm in. That's some Dark Souls shit. Oh. Okay. Let's roll. Let's go. Do we want to cast it? Empty mold under the tap first. We want to go to the crafting room. Yeah. Oh, we have to turn this on still. Bolt mags. Spike mold. We are missing something still. Okay, so we did the first step. We want to do something with a tap. I'm not sure what that means. Oh. We did it. Well, I can just leave. I thought I had to do something before I could leave. Are we just speedrunning? This is because I picked an easier difficulty. Might as well stockpile. Alright. Gonna take a buddy with me. Oh, I dropped it. We'll do the harder difficulty next time. As she waddled through the cloud of dust and rubble, Zan noticed an already familiar presence waiting at the end of the ruined corridor. She ran towards it, but much to her expectations, the dark creature vanished into thin air, leaving only a puff of black smoke behind. A series of curses echoed through the plaza's caverns as Zan proceeded towards the park, her axe up and ready. How was she supposed to fight this dark thing after all? It always seemed to guide her towards more danger. Alas, the park greets her with the sound of restless insects and the dark chill of what may lie ahead. Oh, I did get to bring it based. If I were Zan, I'd be looking for violence, so I don't know if that's a negative for her. When I was told I would be expected by a welcoming party here, I assumed they would be alive. How hard can it be to overcome a few measly orcs? Gah. At least the fumes from those incompetents' bodies should help silence these maddening crickets outside. I must get to work. Cremating the dead was not my duty. I have already discovered a message left behind by an ID survivor. I do hope she is still alive and bent on slowing down our advance at any cost. I must inform Mistress Nithriel as soon as I am recalled. The Reaver also mentions crystals in her note, so the ID must be somewhat aware of our purpose here. I will commence my research on the Crystal Heart right now, but it will be harder without assistance. The plaza seems devoid of any life, yet I feel unsafe. Rumor has it the half-blood has vanished from the battlefield. Nobody could find her corpse. But I worry too much. It's not like she would barge in. Oh, that was me. I barged in here. You notice an old note dropped by Tayati. Seems like the nearby cultist has found it. I've been doing my best to hamper this sudden invasion from the shadows. The ventilation shafts helped me move around unseen. I have overheard the cultists getting orders to blow up and cave in the exits. They're locking down the entire stronghold. Bastards. Nonetheless, I have managed to get inside the crystal shop and move all the merchants upstairs. I must delay them from getting their hands on our tech. I even trashed a few power cores, but they heard the noise, so I had to break the ladder and go. Lucky me, I found a warding scroll in the shopkeeper's room. Should my sisters need to break the ward. Okay, so we already read that. Oh, that's the gear we made. So it was okay to leave. Banger alert. That's not Tayati, is it? I hope not. That would be unceremonious. Oh, my thing. My buddy. Oh, wait, hold on. We're hiding in the trees. That's my fault. I deserved that. Oh, I should start using my spells.
Hmm.
Nice. Oh, it's shooting itself. How did it survive so long this time? I wish I could heal it. I know there's hiding spots here. Yes, puppy, this is a Doom mod. It's called HEDON BLOODRITE. It's available on Steam, and basically somebody made a game using the GZ Doom engine. But it started as just basically a mod of Doom. Got him. This should be my intro music, unironically. Oh, there's a secret entrance. Is there another one on this side? No. It's almost got Deus Ex vibes. realized I've had this key on me since yesterday. I'm running late for the council. Can you be kind and return it to the portal cave for me? If anyone scolds you, tell her it's my fault, and I apologize. Just checking. I love my little buddy. It has terrible aim though. There is no way in. Oh, yes there is. Alright, so we know there are people hiding here. Oh, I triggered all of them. I see what they're trying to do with like the tree textures here. It's kind of an interesting way to do that. If a little goofy. He just shot me. Sort of like a sniper. Metal and Cave Rock, a study by Earth Mother Bendy. Parchment seems to detail an alchemical concoction meant to prevent metal from rusting. That's cool. Did I read that? No. Grand Earth Mother Briaza's... Actually, I hear monsters. I'm gonna clear this place out. That's better. Where were we? Grand Earth Mother Breaza's Journal, Rotation 509, Day 184. Today I have witnessed the first working crystal grown by ancestral magic. The seed is finally able to grow, a fully edible vegetable crystal, instilled with healing powers. The test has been completed with favorable results, as long as we don't remove the stem from its soil. Luckily for us, we still have 18 days until the campaign begins, and I have made arrangements for a Reaver team to go forth and spread the crystal plant seed ahead of our future path. With a bit of luck, we will be able to reap the healing pods just as we are making our advance towards the accursed, fiery pits of hell. Anything else down here? Oh wait. Can I burn that? No. Earth magic. You just got me. We want to find another way in. What was down here again? Where did this lead? Could be nowhere. Oh. here we go. That's fine. Suckers are spawning out of nowhere. The last page of this otherwise uninteresting logbook has been written over by someone else. The cultists. They somehow corrupted the portal. This black slime, what the hell is this? Back at the forge, we stepped in right after Dura and the others. But then this flash of light, and something felt so off with the portal. And next we woke up in the grove, Arva and what's left of me. The gateway closed up suddenly. I sliced my leg clean off. I'm done for. Arva left to search for the key to turn the damn thing back on. But she's been away for too long now. I can only pray Dura and what's left of the squad had better luck than us. Come on, you bastards. Come get me so I can send you back to the pits of hell. Return vine keys after use. So we need a key to turn the gate on. What else do we have in our inventory? Dark crystal that turns us into a shadow. Enchanted ring. Protection against elemental and magic damage. Give underwater breath. We'll save that one. Oh, they opened the gate on their own. I just had to explore. I'm not even using my spells. Maybe I should save them. Okay, that key will get us into the tower. Now that these hanging cyan crystals have been destroyed, the nature's grasp will begin to weaken. At least if my conclusions based on what I've researched here are correct. If so, expect the portal's power source to help expand the corruption with one less obstacle in its wake. However, we'll have to deal with the half-blood first. I understand that the cultists are in position right before the massive orc tree. As for the goblins, I will send a handful of crawlers after them, right after I freed them from the fools that failed to slay these pesky green runts. Blocking the way to the northern wing did nothing but delay us. They should have realized you can't trap them in a place sprawling with ventilation shafts. So that seems to be a note from the enemy. And they caved in a tunnel. Oh, we can go to the tower now. Wrong building. Also wrong building. Gotta be around here somewhere. We'll find it. What? Just got hit by a lost soul. What did I just pick up? Hefty manual contains the numerous translations and incantations gathered along the ages by those who studied earth magic. I can't look at it. Oh, I probably have to use it inside the tree. Yeah, that's on me. Nice. We did it. Like standing there reading a book. Come on, buddy. A number of carvings have been made in the soft clay, but the inscription seems far from finished. Several tablets have piled up on the table. It seems the cultists haven't found any use for them. We've dealt with the last intruder. She's managed to get all the way up to the second floor, but she couldn't get past the root gate. So much for that. Still, neither can we. We've tried everything, but the roots simply regenerate faster than we can damage them. We know they're using tablets to recite a spell that grants them passage. But that bitch guarding the library must have hidden the tablet before we got here. Whatever lies on the floor above, it must be valuable to them. Perhaps it's the very key to the portal controls. Nobody else has found it, right? We need to find that darn tablet. And I need aid. The green skin couldn't have had much time to hide the tablet after hearing us warp and commence the attack, so I assume it must be on this floor somewhere. I have had the cultists search the place, but to no avail. I need you to send more thralls here so we can cover more ground. Imagine how pleased Mistress Nithriel will be to hear we have gotten that portal running. Trust me, that tablet must be here. Speaking of slurs, not just the use of bitch, but greenskin there is clearly a slur in this context, but according to the argument we heard earlier, oh, well, that's not a slur, that's just describing their skin color, obviously. So we can see why that's a really stupid argument. Of course it's a slur. Okay, so they might have not been able to get past this gate, but neither can I. Whoa. That's cool. Random knife spell. There's gotta be something somewhere else. There's more bad guys spawning out here. Then that would have meant that we made some progress, but we did not. So there might be something still up here. We'll just do our perimeters. Truly nothing. Nope, nothing. Let's check our quest items. Okay, so we need a tablet somewhere. We got the one tablet. Did we click on every tablet up there? That's just that one. probably wouldn't be on the floor, because then they would have found it already. So it must not be here, otherwise they would have found it. The writing seems too smart for that. It's gotta be somewhere else. History of the Iron Division, Chapter 4, The Castes. And upon settling within the caves of Hedon, the greenskins... Oh, it's not a... I guess it's not a slur. I'm wrong. I was wrong. The greenskins were divided into 6 castes, each responsible with a part of the stability of their no longer nomadic tribe. They would all use their gifts in various ways, with the major purpose of erecting Valk from Coldstone and turning it into a grand city. No longer would they seek their place, for the Crystal Caverns gave them everything. The Lancers became the just keepers of the Crystal Heart. The Earth Mothers harnessed the old ways of magic and kept the orc traditions alive. The Bear Warriors, that's us, held the division's might high. The Witches used their knowledge to push new boundaries. The Reavers became feared Shadow Guardians, and the Fixers would make the weakest of metal strong. I love the deviant art style for all the portraits. It's so incongruous, but it adds a charm to the game as well. You haven't been there. Oh god, am I gonna need that ring? No. We're good. Wait. That was a secret entrance this whole time. Yeah, that's it. What was that? Green crystal. Here are some of the new green crystal plants we have grown. Not only will they heal and soothe any wound, but even extend the patient's vitality. Should they not find themselves in a grave condition. Bear in mind to not remove the plant from its soil, or the crystal will harden and become inedible. We will send in more crystals as we grow them. The spell we use is yet to be perfected. Mother Bendy. I hope that's not Mother Bendy. Oops. The demon blood lives, and she is here. She slaughtered our entire force in the plaza, and knowing how competent our worshippers have proven themselves to be so far, I am certain that she is making her way towards our goal. Do not let her reach the portal here. Reinforce the main gates. Have a barricade built. Send the strongest of your Iron Maidens to hold that line. Should they fall, the Half-Blood will meet her end before she reaches the portal. I've prepared an ambush. Master Thaddeus. Scroll of Wizard's Eye. What is that, I wonder? This spell will magically chart the surroundings, revealing them on the caster's map. Also tracking the position of monsters and items. Oh crap, we're using that. Let's do something else too. That gives us items. I don't see anything. Interesting. I guess we have collected most of the things, so there wouldn't be much to see. Will that help us find anything here? see any items on the map. We lost chat. So we've been there. We're just gonna double check every area. Nothing up there. Been in here already. So this house is off. What did that do? That didn't open the gate, did it? Probably not. No. Of course not. Hidden the tablet, yeah. So we're looking for a hidden tablet. What's that? Oh, dude. Nice. We got our key. Oh, hello. The key opens a door that's this way. Was it down here? No, that just led to outside. Maybe it wasn't in here. That was the right way to go, there would be enemies. Do we go back? We probably go back. Nope. Oh. Make sure to turn the auxiliary power on before you shut down the generator for any maintenance work. I don't want to hear any more complaints from the archive curators getting stuck in their office because the doors stop working. Just talk to the Earth Mothers to let you in the portal cave until we get one of our own Vine keys. Boss. Oh, that tells us where to use the keys. I'm a dumbass. Right here. There we go. What did that do? Uh-oh. Shit's about to happen. I think. Oh, yeah. There we go. Can I just... Nope. Have to wait for the portal to spawn. Just let them fight each other for a minute. I didn't need the assist, I could have killed them. Game's taking it easy on me. Errant Signal, I love that YouTube channel. Zan glanced back at the pile of dead cultists littering the portal cave. If it wasn't for her shielding amulet absorbing the emergent energy surge, her body may have well been among theirs. She could only hope that the strange dark mass surrounding the portal would cease to grow now. The cultists must have thrown in all they had, but nothing could stop her now. Taking a deep breath, she walked into the waygate, an eerie force snatching her entire body into a twisted spiral, dragging her across unknown spaces. Suddenly, a red light flashed through the noisy wormhole. The half-orc winced and gasped, but before she could even wonder how the cultist corruption might have affected the portal, she was blinded by a pulsating white glow. Much to her despair, the waygate spits her back into the grove. She reaches around, but all her gear seems to have vanished. Something must have gone terribly wrong. No more black goo. It's like the corruption's gone. Could that mean time travel? That seems like time travel. That's not where we should be. This geography is wrong. This isn't just time travel. The Dwarven prospector should arrive by the end of the moon. He is wearing an elemental ring signet. You may let him in. Okay. So that's the note that was there before. What was that? This is spooky. Yeah, all the notes are the same. It's like we're at the beginning of the game. We're inside Zan's memories, or her mind. Okay. Yep, that's spooky. Oh. Okay. Now there's no bathroom. What is going on? I don't even remember this. Can't go that way. Oh. Oh, that's super cool. That's actually really cool. That's not cool. It's a little bit less cool. Ugh, that's making me dizzy. Oh, now it's all dark. Freaking obsidian here. This really is Minecraft. No map. That's me. Now you remember. Such a leap of faith. So eager. did miss it. I should have started you from square one. What's the matter? Confused? All you have to do is open a simple door. Ah, yes, your memories are eluding you. Search for it. You have to find it. I love upside down beer. Warm. Warmer. There it is. Burning red hot. Yes, 'twas a great battle. But it was treason that ultimately decided the victor. You and the Iron Division have made it into deep enemy territory. You carved your way towards the Hellgates, poised to strike at the heart of the demons. Little did you know that the siege was where it would all come to an end. Maddened with corruption, your own forge elementals have turned against you. A sudden and deadly betrayal that struck down your siege weapons and supplies as demons grinned from behind the dark gates. By the time you repelled the attack, your fate had already been sealed. You could not advance, nor retreat. Your only hope was to wait for the supply line to send help, but alas, the transports had met the same fate. You held up for a week. Then you began to starve. The demons had you in their claws now. They knew how well your supplies would never come. all they did was unleash the Cerberus upon you. Weakened as you were, you fought to the last breath. All your hopes have been shattered, but your fate has yet to be fulfilled. Come, it is time to reveal your purpose. Ever wondered why the orcs had accepted a half-demon like you among them? Your blood is the key to defeat the demons. The orcs needed you. But so do I. Mithril is her name. She's behind the invasion of your stronghold. Some of your sisters have assumed it was the demons who launched the attack, but they were wrong. Much like me, she is from the Nether, a place even demons fear to dare. What your sisters did assume correctly, however, is that Mithril received help from within your ranks in order to launch such a precise attack, just a month after you left town. Who's the mole? No idea, but your Lancers, as you call them, have always protected your city from magical attacks. Someone has tampered with the wards from the inside. Your friend Tayati thinks you are involved. She thinks you are a coward who fled battle. Such an example of bravery she is. She knew about your return long before she let you know it. She was just unsure. She could have opened some doors for you, helped link you up with the rest of the survivors. Instead, she chose to keep you at a distance and leave notes behind. You cannot trust her. Mithril seeks a powerful artifact held by the Lancers. She has a grand scheme in mind, and as we speak, her cultists are carving their way towards what you call the Crystal Heart. It is here where the artifact lies, hidden by an ancient civilization that went extinct long ago. After all, you didn't imagine the orcs came with the crystal tech by themselves, did you? What the artifact does is of no importance now. What matters is that I need you to stop her. You do want your vengeance, don't you? Besides, you owe me your life. Right. I saved your skin, remember? Of course you don't. You did hit your head pretty hard. I dragged you away from a battle a mere moment before you would have died. You're welcome. For days, you've crawled through dark caves, holding on to your final breath. But you couldn't die now. You still have a mission to fulfill. But then, the unpredictable happened. Now you know how it began, and you know how it must end. Hurry now. Time to stop Nith. Don't even flinch. She was faster than I expected. You have to get out. Find yourself before she finds you. She seems to have trouble seeing you. I wouldn't force my luck, though. No, 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 no. Okay, that's actually really difficult. Are we save scumming? I think we're save scumming. Come on. Oh man. I have to time that perfectly. Come on. I see what I have to do. Okay. I think I just have to wing it. Nope. Come on. Careful. She can kill you before you can blink in this place. That's fair. Oh shit, I forgot sarcasm was banned. Come on. Go, go, go. What am I supposed to do here? That's it, you're almost out. What the? Zan? Zan! We got caught, boys. And gals and pals. Oh no, I forgot there was a boss fight. It's not easy to aim. that's cool. Why am I giant? Nice. That's what we needed. Bye-bye. What the Mithril doing? A loud shriek pierced and echoed through the abyss, as Nithriel conjured all her powers to preserve her life. A bright flash of light briefly blinded the horned warrior, and she could do little but stand and watch as the elven warlock ascend to the starry nether. The battle was over, but it somehow felt like it had not even truly began. As the hellish sky faded into serenity, a dark portal emerged from the ground. Zan couldn't help but ponder if any of that was actually real. As soon as she entered the portal, a sudden shock woke her up. Tongues of crisp wind whistled through the trees, spreading the scents of pine. Where was she now? The mountainscape surrounding her looked chillingly familiar. She was outside, farther away than ever from stopping Nithriel. With a tired sigh, she grasps her gun and steps forward, nervously wondering what happened to Abhauth, and if she'll turn up to point the way before the heart is lost. That music, though. How many of those are there? Okay, they're just spawning in. That's not good. Thought that would neutralize the explosion. Our two troublemakers have gotten into a fight again. This time they've managed to crack one of the windows in the barracks. The crystal glass may stand up to its reputation, but we will still have to replace it. Make sure you take the right requisition next time the supply caravan arrives. I will be heading out to the Dwarven Fortress tomorrow to settle a few important matters. I barely have time to give those rowdy bear warriors their due punishment. Their discipline seems to be about as shaky as everything else lately. Nonetheless, I am counting on you to handle things until I return. Oh, and don't forget to patch up the leaking pipes in the courtyard, alright? Lancer Dendra. Alright, chat. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. I think we're gonna call it here. It's been a really fun stream. Have a good one.